Welcome back to the channel. This is The Casuals. I'm Jin.
I'm Saki.
And today's episode is, well, Christmas. Literally just Christmas. So as of the time of recording this, it's really near Christmas. We're only a couple days away. And, just why not talk about Christmas? And it's one of those holidays that I don't think that'll ever go away. I don't think the holiday will ever, I can't imagine Christmas being erased from ever being celebrated,
Yeah, no, it's gonna. It'll stay forever.
Yeah. It's such a significant holiday in everyone's lives, I feel like. And I like to joke around, because I feel like Christmas is such a, anchor in the human history once it started, that there, instead of 3 things that are eternal, there's 4 things that are eternal, right? Life, death, and taxes, but also Mariah Carey.
Oh God. I hate that song now. You just hear it way too many times.
Everyone knows that the moment it hits November 1st, Mariah Carey starts creeping in here and there, and then the moment it hits December 1st is when you'll hear it. For sure.
Constantly.
Mariah Carey got the best deal of her life being able to sing that song, which is getting a song that's forever gonna last throughout the ages. I literally don't think there's any other song that's more iconic than, Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You.
No, that's probably one of the most iconic songs.
Yeah. So The Curse of Mariah Carey, I avoided it, literally, not actively avoided, but I managed to get it by without ever hearing it until today.
This was your first time hearing it today?
Yep, in a public setting, whatever. Yeah,
But
pretty
you
much.
Before it.
Yeah. I heard that song before in the past. It's just for this year, I guess, right? I never heard it being played in the public or whatever when I went out.
Got it. I was gonna be like, damn, that's impressive. If this was your first time ever hearing it.
They need to be studied if they didn't listen to it before. So today, it's inevitable. Essentially, I ended up listening to it because someone played it, and I couldn't escape it.
It was inevitable.
Truly was. So moving on to Christmas. So for you, Saki, what is, I guess, Christmas to you?
Well, I guess hanging with or spending time with family. Usually I think of I don't know, colder days, I guess, because it's not summer anymore, so it's in the winter, hot chocolate or with the mini marshmallows. We gotta get the mini marshmallows. Presents. Just kind of just seeing family you probably don't see very often. At least for me. Extended family, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I only see them a couple times a year, and Christmas is one of those times, so. I guess family gathering, really, for me.
For me personally, I think Christmas is less about meeting family because, in the beginning when I was younger, definitely we had extended family meetings during Christmas, but as time went on, less and less gatherings happened. I don't even see my first cousin essentially at all and their family. And it changed from a gathering of family to a time to just give each other, appreciate each other, right? Appreciate each other for what it is and what we've been through. And generally it's just a special day to feel happy, right? And of course this is specifically for our family, rather. There's definitely times where some Christmases are not happy. Something unfortunate happens, or, unlike my case where our family, gets together, or not gets together, but like, our family just comes to try and appreciate each other. Some people may not have a family member to be around, or they have a bad relationship with their family. So Christmas definitely is unique to each individual, but I feel like one of the core things that Christmas represents is kind of like, it's just a special day, right? I don't think there's any day more special than Christmas for everyone. I think it's sometimes even more special than birthdays, to be quite honest, because I feel like as time goes on, for most people, birthdays become less and less significant. And, I feel like Christmas still stays like a more high importance type of day for most people out in the world. I find myself caring less and less about my, birthday as time went on. I genuinely sometimes forget my birthdays. But Christmas is something that, like, I always look toward soon, even if I know I'm not gonna get anything. Like, I know I'm not gonna get any presents. I know I'm not gonna get anything. Like, it's not like the old days where it's like you ask for like a console and you get a console type deal, or you ask for like a really expensive toy and you get it, and you finally get it. But I think because it's such a wondrous time during our childhood that it carries over to when you're an adult for some reason.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I would agree with what you're going with here. Birthdays, they're special at first, maybe because you're a child. Yeah, once you start maybe getting to like high school, maybe you just don't care anymore. But you always care about Christmas, no matter how old you are. You really. I do agree with that. Now that I do kind of think about it.
I think what also makes it super special is that, like, for me, it makes it even more special that a majority of people in the world are celebrating it at once. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like globally.
Yeah. Obviously, in some countries who are 16 to 12 hours ahead of us, they're gonna get to there first. But, like, let's just say for, United States of America, all of us would be pretty much celebrating at the same time for Christmas. And it's not something that you actively think about, but I feel like it's still like, it's like, wow, like you kind of subconsciously think like there's someone else out there, maybe 3 doors over where you live, or maybe halfway across the country in another state, that there's a kid excited to get his present, right? He's been asking for like maybe a dog, and then he's finally getting it for, as a Christmas, like his parents surprise him as a Christmas present. Where there's joy somewhere out there, and I think that is really what makes it special for me too, is because, like, I know birthdays, like, there's tons of people out in the world that have the same exact birthday as you, right? Sometimes even down to the exact minute of when you were born. But it just doesn't feel like it, because that, like, the chances of you meeting someone with the same birth date in the first place is rare enough. And so you go pretty much going through your life without ever knowing that someone has the same birthday as you, and like kind of making that like, hey, I know this person's going to be celebrating the same day as me on my birthday. But in Christmas, you know that there's going to be some child, having one of the greatest memories of their life, receiving something that they've been asking for. And so, for me, that's what kind of makes it more special than, or the most special holiday out of all things. I don't know, like, do you think that aspect of, someone else is celebrating Christmas, and, there is some joy, for many of the people out there celebrating at the same time as you. Like, have you ever thought about that?
Honestly, not really. Haven't really ever thought that, globally people are celebrating the same holiday at the same time. Never really, yeah, I've never really thought about that at all, to be honest. I just, I think for me, I only think as far as like friends, family, because, I just don't know all the, people in the world that are celebrating, so it just never crosses my mind.
Fair enough. It's just, for me, when I think about it, it makes me feel more, I guess, happy in a way. It truly feels like a festive day. You know what I mean?
I guess not exactly. I don't know exactly what you mean by that.
If I had to describe it in another way, it's like mob mentality, I guess, right? If a group of people are visibly upset and the mood is like, they're less energetic, I feel like you become affected by that, and you yourself become less energetic. But like when everyone's hyped up, laughing or energized, I feel like you kind of get pulled into their pace, and then you yourself become energized by them. I don't know if this is, clearly this won't be the case for everyone. But despite me, like, cause I feel like I'm an introvert, and I still get pulled along with like the kind of group mood.
I think, honestly, to me it depends on my own mood if I want to match other people's energy or not. So I guess it's just a toss. Sometimes, yeah, I'm like, I'll just be in a group setting and everyone's all, hyped up, and I'll be hyped up too all of a sudden. But sometimes people are, hyped up. I'm just there like, why are you hyped up? There's no reason.
Why is everyone screaming ska?
Yeah.
Who's Kendrick Lamar? So I guess, yeah, it is different for everyone. And this is just a more like personal thing, definitely, than for me. But that's how it is for me. Like, I kind of like think about a lot of other people, not like actively think about them, but it's just like, wow, like everyone's celebrating Christmas. Like, Christmas is, portrayed as a joyous holiday, like a festive holiday, and so that, that kind of just makes me happier overall.
All right. Well, if that makes you happy, it's great. That's great.
Yeah. So I guess moving along, do you happen to have like a favorite Christmas memory? Or at least an unforgettable memory, whether it's like crazy or bad or funny.
Not one that I can think of off the top of my moment that like stands out.
I do have one, if you want me to go ahead first and see if you could think of one while I tell it.
Yeah, go for it.
I think my favorite memory by far for Christmas is when my dad got me and the family a Wii. That has to be my favorite memory because I think prior I just only had a PS2. My sister wasn't interested. No one in my family knew how to play consoles, essentially. I was the only one who played the PS2. And at that point, I believe the PlayStation 2, I had played a lot of games. And I was kind of getting bored of it, and I never really bought new games, essentially. I literally never bought a new game for my PS2 once I got my PS2 and got the set of games that I ended up owning. And so I played the crap out of every game, and then during this time, I think it was maybe a year after or a year when it went during the same year it released. I ended up, like, kind of wanting. Everyone around me I knew had a Wii, and so I really wanted a Wii myself. And I remember asking my dad, like, "Can I have a Wii?" And he was like, "No, like, you already have your PlayStation 2. One console's enough for you. Don't be selfish." And so I never thought I would get a Wii until my dad bought it for Christmas and then showed it to me, showed it to the family. And I think the reason why it's also my favorite is because that was the first time I played a game with my family, right? My dad, my sister, my mom didn't participate, but my dad and sister participated because I think the Wii was probably one of the more if not the most family-friendly, like, game activity that you could do, video game activity you could do. And I remember just playing so much Wii Sports tennis with my sister, going back and forth. We were going crazy ham on that. But I always remember, like, me and my sister were so excited to try out the Wii. We, like, immediately like started unpacking it, playing it on the TV. We fought over who would make their Mii first. My sister won because she was older. And so I had to go begrudgingly second to make my character. My dad ended up making his. And it was a special moment for that time to play, the Wii with my family. And to play such a fun game console. And so that is probably my favorite Christmas memory, is receiving the Wii and not expecting it at all during that time, because prior my dad had outright refused to get one. So yeah, were you able to think of a memory for Christmas for yourself?
I honestly don't even remember if it was for Christmas or if it was my birthday. No, it had to have been Christmas, actually. It was the original DS. Do you remember those fat, thick boys?
Yes, I definitely do remember. It was like the one with the almost blockish, not like when it was like rectangle, but like it had like that little like bump-ish. I don't know how else to describe it.
I don't know. It was just a lot thicker and bigger than I guess the DS Lite that came out later.
Yeah.
Like a thinner version of it, but I think I remember that because my grandmother got me one, and my brother one. But I guess it was the first console. Are those considered handheld consoles?
Like, I think DS was DS was the second handheld console to enter the market. I believe the first was the PS Vita.
Oh, okay. Well, it was the DS, but it was like the first console that I didn't have to share with my brother.
Oh.
Because we had a Wii, but it was the family's. So anyone, like, if my brother wanted to use it, he could use it. Like, I didn't pay for it or anything. So, and then we had I think a Nintendo 64 as well, and that was also the family. So we had to share it and stuff. I couldn't just, hog it all the time. But this one, it was literally mine. I didn't. I was like, I didn't have to share it with him. I didn't have to wait my turn because if he plays a game, he plays, a long time for days on end, and I just have to wait for him to finish.
Mm-hmm.
So this one, I was like excited, I guess, because, like I said, I could do whatever I wanted. I could play my own game.
Yeah.
And have to wait. I do remember that. And then I also remember, I guess, one other little short story was, I guess, long time ago when change was a thing, like spare change. My grandfather, collected change over time. You pay cash at a lot of places, and then you get your change back. So he had a jar. He just had I don't know what size it was, but it was a pretty decent sized jar of just change.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a Christmas present for me and my brother. But here's the thing. We had to count it. Because we couldn't carry it to like a Coinstar or something like that. So we had a huge jar of just coins.
Mm-hmm.
We started counting by hand. And then my dad actually bought one of those coin sorter machines.
Oh, no way.
So because he saw us doing it by hand, we're like, because I think one roll of pennies is 50 pennies. So we had to find 50 pennies, get it ready, put it in the coin roll. So he saw that. He's like, forget that. Let's make it automated.
Mm-hmm.
And so it just saves us so much time. And we were just so happy with it. I guess that was another quick thing, was counting hundreds of dollars in change.
I think that's pretty funny. Like, I mean, it's just like, what are you guys doing? Like, why are you wasting so much time coining? Because, I'm just gonna buy a coin counter.
Yeah, I mean, that jar was heavy. Like, if you've never lifted a big jar of metal coins, it's freaking heavy. And we were kids, so it's heavier when you're a lot younger and, skinnier.
How big was the jar?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of like what I could reference it to.
Maybe like the height of a soccer ball?
It was like a little. So, have you ever bought Costco mayonnaise?
Yes.
The big, like, gallon.
Yeah.
It was big, a little bit bigger than that.
Oh, Jesus. That's big.
Yeah, it's pretty big, and it was full, like, to the brim of change. And, of course, we can't lift it. Too weak. So I'm sure we took, like, little paper plates or cups or something and just scooped it out and put it on the table. Because that thing, it was not moving. I don't know how he carried it.
He was strong, dude.
Yeah, he was built different because I was probably maybe like 10.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't lift that. I could lift heavy things, but that was too much for me. So it basically sat wherever he left it, and then we just had to like bring cups of change at a time to the table until we got the machine.
Was it fun to use the machine?
Oh yeah, it was great. We accidentally we got it jammed a couple times because we put too many coins in at once. So you fill like the top like base with coins, and then there's a little spinner, and it like pushes the coins through.
Yeah. And
then it will fall into place. But we put way too many at once, so it got jammed too many times.
Your dad's like, "What are you doing?"
He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Put like one cup at a time. Don't overfill it, because then I guess the motor is not strong enough to push that many coins around at a time."
Mm-hmm. And you're like, 10 cups, got it.
Yeah, maybe 10 3-ounce cups.
Oh man, I would have just had so much fun with that kind of machine, just doing it over and over again.
Yeah, because it was cool because it would deposit it into little plastic tubes.
Oh, it was that kind.
Yeah, and then what you would do is you take the little paper coin roll thing
Uh-huh.
and you put it over the tube and it just slides into the paper roll, and then you don't have to like manually do it.
Dude, that sounds so much fun.
It was. Until you spilled.
You said it was a couple $100. Do you remember approximately how much that jar was?
They're usually like $500 and change.
Oh god. That is a lot.
Want to know something scary?
What's up?
I found 2 more of them here. Currently.
Filled?
Yeah.
Huh?
There's 2 in the closet, and I'm like, I can't move these.
Do you think you're ever gonna try and count them?
I kind of want to be honest. I want to see how much he saved up, because there's 2 of those, and like a shoebox just full of like coins already rolled up.
Theoretically, that's probably like 1,000 and 300.
Probably, yeah. There's probably a grand or 2 and just chilling there.
You gotta buy a coin counter off Amazon.
I was thinking if I could find it and just take it because my dad's not gonna use it. He doesn't use like cash really anymore.
Yeah, you totally should.
Everyone uses cards, so I'll be like, "Hey, you still have that machine? Can I have it?"
You totally should.
I was gonna say I also have a little piggy bank from a long time ago that's still full of change.
Oh my god, you just been sitting on change for a long time.
I know. I never knew how to deposit it, so it's just there.
I guess let's. Oh, by the way, have you ever done the coin deposit at like that those machines that exchange it for cash?
Yeah, they take a lot of like a huge percentage.
I think it's like 30%. I remember me and my mom did it because my mom saved a lot of coins, and we're like, oh, how much money? And then we put it all in, and my mom was like, they took 30%. That was not worth.
No, it's not worth. Oh my gosh, I have another story with that.
Oh.
One time I just had like a gallon bag of change.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, you know what? I need cash. So I took it to the Coinstars machines.
Uh-huh.
And there's one lady in front of me who did a lot of coins. It was like maybe $300 for her.
Uh-huh.
And at the end it asks, hey, like, how do you want this? Like cash or, donate or whatever. And then you like receipt for cash or whatever.
Uh-huh.
She accidentally hit donate.
Oh no.
It donated to the charity or whatever it was, whichever charity it was, but she was pissed. She was like freaking out, pissed. Like she was like, oh, I didn't mean to click that. Like the touchscreen was a little wonky at the time. Like if you touched on the button, sometimes it's like, oh, you actually touched like 10 pixels above it or something. Uh-huh. Yeah, I think that's what happened, and it hit donate, and I was like, oh, that's unfortunate.
Were you very careful when you did it?
Oh yeah, I was very careful. I got a receipt, and so I went to the cashier, and they got the cash for me. But she was not happy.
Yeah, I wonder where else can you exchange that coin, like a huge amount of coins for cash? Because, like, theoretically, I think everyone would charge you a certain amount to take away from that for those services, unless you just, are a madman and you pay for with 1,000 pennies for a $10 item.
That would suck. But you know what? No, I think places can still refuse it, even though it's legal. Like
Yes, I believe they can. Yeah,
they can refuse it.
Maybe that'll have to be something that we look into. See what places will actually exchange it for 1-to-1.
Oh, I thought you meant try to pay in just coins at one place. I was like, I'd rather not. I don't want to be hated.
Dude, they will put up posters, do not let these people inside your stores.
Yeah, they're not allowed to purchase anything. They pay in coins.
Maybe in the end, the star coins, whatever, is the only way.
I know some banks will just take it.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, you could just do the bank, huh?
I know some banks will just take the coins as long as you have them.
Uh-huh.
And you have like your account number or something to deposit it to, and then they have like a big ass machine that counts it for you. But I know some banks are also like, yeah, we could deposit your coins. They have to be pre-rolled with your account number on every roll.
Oh yeah, huh?
Yeah, it depends, I guess, who you bank with. But I know they do it. They'll take coins.
Maybe that'll be a fun adventure we can do. Show up with jars of heavy coins.
We're gonna need like a dolly just to bring it around.
Maybe, yeah.
There's no freaking way we're carrying all that.
Let's cause mayhem. Let's do it.
Oh Lord, help me.
That'll be our Christmas presents to the bank. Hey, I got you a Christmas present. Dunk.
Wasn't there a coin shortage?
There was.
Well, there you go.
It currently still is, I believe. So, you have coins, you give it to them, they might be happy.
Merry Christmas, banks.
Man, that is so funny that you have just 2 jars worth of coins, pretty big damn big jars, and a shoebox. That's wild.
Oh yeah, they're just chilling there. I'm gonna ask if I could count it or do something with it, because it's probably been there since God knows how long. Maybe like early 2000s, maybe.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Man. Alrighty, well, that was a fun, fun story to hear. Just quite imagining and all that. But if any of you who are listening have any fun Christmas stories, let us know. I don't think you're gonna. I think it's kind of hard to top, like, kind of like, not the over the top situation, but like, kind of like the, I guess, situation of you're in right now with all those coins.
Yeah, like, it's a lot of money. It's just like, I have to sort it and figure out how I can deposit it.
But if you have something similar to that or tops it, let us know, dude. I'm interested if you'd be like, yeah, I have like a garbage bin worth of coins in our house.
I know some people, or I think one person I knew, the water jugs you find in like offices.
Oh, yeah.
He had one of those full. I was like, good luck carrying that thing around. I'm like, you ain't gonna move that thing without a forklift. Like,
damn.
Yeah, I'm like, too much. That's a little too much. If I get to that point, I don't even know. It's just gonna be in the house forever.
You get it with the house.
You get it with, yeah, if I die or something and then sell the house, it comes with the house. Good luck.
But yeah, so we're gonna end it here. Thank you for listening. But I'm Jin.
I'm Saki.
And this is The Casuals, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.